Oh, I love this headline. Rita, it says, from the Miami Herald, it says, Will Smith is a single man and has been for years. Now we are really confused. And hey, Miami Herald, join the rest of us. Because we found out yesterday, just like you did, that Jada and Will have been separated. Not divorced, Rita, not divorced. They've been separated since 2016. 7 years. They have lived completely separate lives. Jada said she can't bring herself to finalize the divorce, but they're living separate lives. And let's add something else to the gumbo. Let's throw it in there since the gumbo's cooking so nicely. Let's just add something else to it. Chris Rock, last seen being slapped on stage by Will Smith. Chris Rock, when he heard rumors that Jada and Will were getting a divorce, which Jada said, no, that's not true, Chris. When he heard those rumors, though, he was like, hey, what's up? Hey, how you doing? Hey, I'd love to take you out. And Jada's like, what you talking about? Oh, I'm sorry, I thought y'all wasn't together. So Chris shot his shot, according to Jada. And apparently, Jada told Will. Will's been holding on to that for a little bit. And maybe that puts the slap in a different context. I never support it. I'll never defend the slap. I won't. But I see you, Rita. Your feed item made me laugh. I totally disagree with it, but it made me laugh out loud. Your feed item, you said, leave us out of the group chat. No. Don't leave me out the group chat. Keep me in. I'm here for the gossip. What is your problem with this, Rita? I got no problem with it at all.
It is just too. Look, apparently she's got a new memoir coming out, so that's why we're hearing all of this now. But
Pre-order.
I am sorry. I am just tired of hearing it. I am tired of the discourse of y'all's relationship. We have heard rumors about this marriage from the beginning. We heard that they lived an open marriage. We heard that they did this. Rumors were swirling that Will had all of these girlfriends, and the August Alsina situation. We have heard so.
Entanglement.
I feel like
that entanglement.
The entanglement. I feel like I know more about these two people who I've never met personally in my life than I do about my own friends. I feel like I know way more about these two rich people who should have their own life and own business because they ain't even in the same tax bracket as me. And yet I know all of their business. Now, I want to get back to something because I know you said, you don't agree with the slap. Now, I don't. On the other hand, listen, okay. I'm not saying violence is the answer, but sometimes I understand violence. That's all I'm saying. Ooh. Because at the end of the day,
what's up? Come on.
I said, I understand violence isn't the answer. I do. But I understand sometimes when violence is the answer. I do. And so it's not about him hitting. It's not about, Chris hitting on Jada. It's about what it looks like from the outside in, his excessive jokes, which were probably him projecting because he was rejected by Jada, right? And to be so disrespectful in front of Will, who then you already tried to holler at his lady, who is also the mother of his children, and you making these jokes over and over again. Hey, it all blew up. So I'm not saying that I condone violence. I'm just saying that sometimes I understand. That's all I'm saying.
How about you and what you posted though? Let's talk about you. Let's talk about you and what you posted here. What's wrong with you? What's wrong with you?
Listen, man. Because
what?
Hey, listen. All I know is if my son's father, if my ex-husband, my son's father, lets somebody talk out of pocket in front of him, and there's no repercussions, then me and him got problems, okay? And vice versa. You ain't gonna be talking about my baby daddy like that in front of me and think that there's no repercussions that's gonna come from it. I understand.
Come on.
They're still family.
That's right. Okay, there are a couple of reasons. I didn't have a career as a comedian. One, I'm not funny enough. I'm not funny enough to be a comedian. Okay, that's one. But then two, see, y'all too sensitive. I'm just out here trying to make some jokes. I mean, it's just jokes, okay?
It
And
wasn't,
sometimes,
though. It wasn't.
But what do we say? There's truth in every joke. There's a little bit of truth in every joke. So yeah, he had his feelings hurt, and of course he had his feelings hurt. Most guys, hey, here, newsflash: if you ask out Jada whether she's living a separate life from Will or not, there's a 99.9% chance she's gonna say no. Chris Rock knew she was gonna say no when he asked her out, but he did it anyway. He did it anyway. So, you really think Chris Rock is saying, oh, she needs to go out with me? No, you ask, because it's Jada Pinkett Smith, and you think she's available, and she's famous, and you're famous, and hell, you never know. Hey, you never know. I'll ask. But you really think that there was some animus? There was animus behind a GI, like as he said, after he was smacked, he was like, hey, dude, it was a G.I. Jane joke.
Nah, but that wasn't the only joke that he had made. He had made jokes about her alopecia and other
He didn't
times.
No, he did not. He didn't make jokes about her alopecia.
Not specifically about that, but regarding her bald head, which she has because of alopecia. Let me clarify that, right?
He didn't know that, though. He didn't know that.
That's a sensitive topic, okay? But things have been said, and she let those things ride, right? She had become the butt of jokes. And when it came to the Oscars, when it came to other big events, and so she felt some type of way, understandably so. I'm not mad at people saying, okay, I feel like you taking this too far, and this might be personal. How I know that this was personal is that after all of this happened, where did he do his comedy special? Do we not remember? Because I do. I remember.
Oh, I remember.
At the Hippodrome Theater on Utah Street and Baltimore Street in Baltimore, Maryland. So this was very personal for him. I'm trying to understand if she's not taking the joke about her to be funny, she's allowed that. She didn't come to a Chris Rock comedy show. She was at an awards show. That's the difference. If I don't want to see Chris Rock, I'm not going to pay for the tickets to see Chris Rock. But I'm also at an awards show. I'm not expecting to obviously always be the butt of a joke every time Chris Rock is going to be the host of something after I rejected him because he asked me out. And let's be clear here. If she would have dated Chris Rock, that is a complete downgrade. Will Smith is a megastar. He's way better looking. Ain't no way in hell she would have dated a man like Chris Rock, okay? They ain't in the same pay grade. They ain't in the same look category. What? She know damn good and well that would have been the last man on earth that she... Pookie. He played Pookie in a movie.
Oh, so you gonna go Pookie.
He will never play Pookie.
He can't get out of Pookie. Hey, you going back to New Jack City?
Will Smith ain't never played Pookie in his life. Never.
He can't evolve. He can't evolve from Pookie.
All I'm saying is that Will Smith was never ugly enough to be a Pookie. He was never ugly enough to be Pookie. Never. Ever, ever, ever.
She going on.
Downgrade. Okay?
I didn't see this attack coming. I didn't see this attack coming on Chris Rock. You feel not some kind of way. You feel all kinds of ways about Chris Rock. Now look,
I stand with my Baltimore sister, okay?
Okay. Listen. We're gonna talk about something else in Baltimore in a second, but this is cracking me up. I understand what you're saying about the attractiveness. Okay, that's subjective, but I think most people would agree with you. It's subjective. It's still beauty is subjective. Eye of the beholder. You know that cliche. It's in the eye of the beholder, right?
Yeah, much better looking now, for sure. Definitely.
I'll give it to you. Most people agree with you that Will Smith, very handsome guy. I agree with you. Better looking. However, are you sure about the money? Hey, Chris Rock's made a lot of money too.
Independence Day? Is there anything out here that Chris Rock has done better than Independence Day? That's all I want to know.
Well, movies, comedy specials, Chris Rock's been in the game for a long time too.
Independence Day. The biggest blockbuster I've ever witnessed in my entire lifetime.
What was his cut? Will Smith's cut. He wasn't the only one in it. There were other people. There were other actors in there too. Will Smith
had a whole show called The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air.
Yeah, you're right. Everybody hates Chris. Everybody hates Chris. Everybody hates Chris. The
You
Fresh
really gonna
Prince.
compare that to the Fresh Prince? Come on,
you
man.
can't.
Come on.
You can't.
Great show,
You
by
can't.
the way. Great show. Great show.
Yeah.
Never gonna disrespect Everybody Hates Chris because it was a phenomenal show.
Top 5 Men in Black. Nah, maybe not. All right. All right. Hey, real quick. Why your Baltimore Ravens play around a football game? Why do they play with their food so much? They play too much. They should have won that game.
Should have.
They should have won that game.
Actually. 5-0.
Now they're in a dogfight at the top of the AFC North. Hey, thank you for watching Brother from Another. If you haven't hit that subscribe button, go ahead and do that now. Don't forget you can catch us 3 to 4 weekdays on PeacockTV.com and on Sirius XM Channel 85.